世新 English, communication in English.
Hello, my name is Phenix. I come from the English department. As a Taiwanese-American with citizenship from both countries, I was born abroad and moved to Taiwan at a young age. As it all happened as I was a young adolescent, I highly regret that my young self hadn't made the effort in drilling one or even two more memories of that time I spent in the US into my head. It hit me hard, the abrupt decision my parents made that literally turned my world upside down in terms of routines, habits, and a time zone difference of 12 hours. Despite my method of whining with disapproval until they yield, it doesn't change the fact that it happened and became history. While I was indeed born and raised there, that does not automatically make me a fluent speaker in English. As my parents were ordinary people from Taiwan, they came to the States to pursue their goal in the education. My childhood was filled with languages containing Chinese, Taiwanese, and English. Before I was able to go to school, my parents communicated with me in a unique mix of the three languages, on a special note that it was in broken English. There was a time where I wondered just how exactly I'd come to speak English just as a local would. I've heard that staying in an environment where one had no choice but to communicate in that local language is of huge importance in learning a language. While that may have played a part, my mother insisted that my elementary school homeroom teacher was the biggest influence on me. She claimed that my teacher had all the patience in the world to communicate with my language confusion self. Years later, my family flew to Taiwan. The young me didn't like it already. I had to settle down and start a new life in a country so foreign. Here, I faced a huge challenge right when I began taking classes once more. Although it was a bilingual school, it still means that 4/3 of the class were in Chinese. I was illiterate. The most I could make do was with Mandarin phonetic symbols, yet the textbooks were only filled with characters and symbols. I once again was struggling with language. This time, there was no teacher that treated me with extra care. There was only the environment. As time flew by, surrounded by Mandarin speakers and society, I could somewhat communicate and write in the language. Language shouldn't be something forced on oneself. You have to unknowingly stay in that foreign environment for God knows how long, and one day you'll come to realize that you blended in with everyone already.
Okay, thank you, Phenix. Thank you for sharing with us your personal experience from the childhood. What's it feel like living as a polyglot, living as someone who speaks many languages? Do you think it helps you think or in any other way in your life?
Well, yes. And the reason to that is because as inside my head there's two languages, and well, there are certain words that when I try to come and remember the word, it doesn't exactly come out as Chinese or English. It just comes out as whatever my mind can first think of. So
you think in words?
Yeah, when I try to communicate with people, I have to think of the word to speak out of. So for example, jar, if I try to think of what jar is, what the word is, and then I might accidentally just say 罐子 instead of jar. So I can't just straightforwardly say the certain language I want to say.
Okay, so let's wrap up today. Okay, Phenix, say bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Language is power when you use it. English and Applied Communication,世新University.